So this is the law of cosines. The law of cosines is as follows. If you're trying to find the side, right, then A is equal to the square root of B squared minus C squared, or never mind, B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. That's to find a side. If you are to find an angle, they don't have that. But I do. So you're welcome. Okay? So to find an angle, all we do is we move all this over. Square the A. Okay? So we get, angle A is equal to A squared. Then we're going to minus that B squared. Let's put this over. Minus that B squared. Minus that C squared. Divide by 2BC. Alright? And that would leave it as the cosine A, but then I'm going to take the inverse cosine of all of that to give me A. Okay? And that's how you will find the angle. Now, the rules. When will we look for it like this? Well, if you have a triangle, right? And you obviously need a side, but you have an angle opposite of that side, right? But you don't have either two angles. You only have a number here and a number here and a number for the angle, right? So you have all these, but you don't have these angles, right? Then you're going to have to use the law of cosines, okay? Another way to use the law of cosines is if you have all the sides, right? And you're trying to find an angle. Okay? And there's another way, wasn't there? There's another way, it's just leaving me right now. So let's stick with that for right now. Okay, so what's this one? This one is the one where you have the side that's opposite of the angle that you want, right? And you have the other two sides, right? So you're going to have to find the angle. And that's this one. So we can call this angle A. Then this would be little a. And then B, little b, C, and little c. And you just plug it in. So X is equal to the cosine inverse of A 12 squared minus B 15 squared minus C 20 squared all over 2 times 15 times 20. Okay? We just start doing the math. 12 squared is 144. Minus 15, that's 225. Minus 20, that's 400. All over 2 times 15 is 30, and 30 times 20 is 600. Is that right? And then we just kind of do more of that math. So 144 minus 225 minus 400 is negative 481 divided by 600 is 0.801, right? Negative. Okay? So then we're going to find the cosine inverse of that. So second cosine, second answer, we get 143.29. $143.29. So we're saying 20. That's not, cannot be right. That cannot be right. Because this side has to be bigger than this. This is the biggest side. Did we just find it for C? A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. A squared minus B squared minus C squared divided by negative 2BC cosine inverse is equal to A. That's what I have, right? That's minus B squared minus C squared. Aha! Guess what I did? Negative. That's negative 2. So that's going to give me a negative 600. Why did I know that this could not be right? How did I know that? Well, think. This is your biggest side. That's your biggest angle. All the angles have to add up to be 180. So there can only be one obtuse. If this is your biggest angle, how is this one obtuse? It's impossible. Okay? When I did this, I forgot the negative 2 here. Okay? So if you notice, A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. I'm going to subtract B. I'm going to subtract C squared. I'm going to divide by negative 2BC. I forgot the negative. That's easy to fix. So instead of this being negative, it's going to be positive. Right? Instead of this being 143, how much you want to bet is the inverse of that, which would be what? What's 180 minus this?
Like,
approximately.
like
And let's just see if we're right.
37.
Right? Like 37, 36 point something. Right? So let's see if we're right. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
You tell me.
I'm a really good guesser though. Cheater. Alright, so 144 minus 225 minus 400 equals